After those words of wisdom, we'll go to the kitchen. But before we even get to the kitchen, we'll go to Russell-Clarke and find out how they grow asparagus. G'day. Well, the English call this sparrow's grass because when it grows thickly, the sparrows hide in it, you see. We call it asparagus. I don't know whether the sparrows go down to Russell-Clarke in Victoria, where they grow the best asparagus I've ever eaten. It's interesting too, asparagus, because it grows under the ground, is not affected by chemicals. So we'll leave the horses there and get into something that's got more horsepower like this. I've also got into my chef's gear to meet Emilio. Emilio.
How are you there, Peter?
Terrific, mate. Now, Emilio, they reckon that you're the asparagus king of Australia, right?
So they say.
Why, you've been dealing with asparagus most of your life?
Almost, from when I was born, you could say.
So therefore you know that that asparagus from Victoria, at Russell-Clarke, is supposed to be the best in the world.
No, it's not supposed to be. It is the best in the world.
I'm sorry, mate, I'm sorry. So this asparagus that's picked, it's picked in the morning and it's actually sent overseas, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's picked and packed on the same morning and taken to the airport for consignment to overseas markets.
So they tell me that that's on sale in Paris the next day.
Basically the next day, yes.
And it's not just Paris, is it?
No, it's worldwide. You'll find it in Paris, you'll find it any of the major cities in Germany, you'll find it in London, right across the country.
The French seem to like the white asparagus. They say that that's the superior asparagus. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't. Australian taste and my own personal taste, I prefer the green asparagus.
Because it's got more flavour.
It has more flavour, yes.
How do you get the white asparagus?
By cutting it prior to asparagus coming out of the soil itself. So still underground.
So it's still underground?
Still underground, yes.
So it's when it comes out that it turns green?
That it turns green, yes.
Okay. It's also full of vitamins and minerals which are water soluble.
Yes.
Which means if you eat it, it goes straight through your body.
It does.
Well, I don't want to mention water or anything like that, but I'll go back to the kitchen and show you how to cook asparagus in water, but a new way to do it. Good on you, mate. I've got some asparagus here. I'll just take it out of the hot water. That's cooked. All I did was get the asparagus, drop it into hot water. It was only there for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, righto? That's just softened it. Now, I'm putting a steamer on top of that hot water, so on goes the steamer, and I'm putting in some tomatoes. Now the tomatoes I've skinned, and the way I did that is just poking a fork in there, peel the skin off after I've held that over a flame, because it's held over the gas flame, that bursts the skin and then you just peel it off. And by the way, asparagus, going back to that, is very good for us because it's got vitamin A, B and C. So it's very good, A, B and C. A tomato has got vitamin A and C, right? No B apparently. So I just peel that, then I pop that in the top of the steamer, put the lid on and they'll just warm through because you see the steam comes from the bottom here up through the holes in the steamer, creates its sort of mini pressure cooker, but you know, a gentle pressure cooker, it's just steaming in there. So while they're warming, I'll get a cabbage, take the leaves off a cabbage, discard the outside leaves. I then wash those thoroughly just to get rid of anything that may be on them in case a chemical's been used or they've got bugs or slugs or sand or whatever. That just gets washed, chopped up and goes into the soup pot because I make soup every day with the discarded bits of vegetables or fruit that I'm not using. Now I pick a bit like that. That's just plunged into hot water and that makes it limp. Make me limp too if I was plunged in hot water, I can tell you. That's called blanching. Righto. Now I take one of those tomatoes out, cut it through like that, take the pips out, those will go into the soup as well. Righto. Now I fill the centre with chopped up asparagus, a touch of garlic juice, some black pepper, a little bit of oregano, because oregano goes very well with tomatoes, and with asparagus, some grated cheese. I now just wrap that in the lettuce leaf, pop that into the lettuce leaf, the cabbage leaf I mean. That goes into the steamer where it just warms, righto. I take it out and serve it up. Looks a bit like a basketball actually.